Hey, Reggae, what's up?
Oh, his last name is Rupar. Oops. Click on it. Yep, very Indian. They have to go back.
Yep, they love to tell us that we can't trust our own eyes, don't they?
Absolutely. Please, sir, do not redeem actually looking at the data. Sir, please. Also, rest in peace, Ursula Haverbeck.
Elon Musk is now technically the number one Diablo 4 player in the world.
Yes, I saw something like that. Um, I'm sure you might have seen that picture going around Twitter of like, you're an idiot because Spider-Man always loved minorities. So why are you against him loving minorities now? And I love this picture referring to that.
I have not seen that.
Oh, okay. Then let me try to find the thing. Yeah, it's this.
Right?
That's the original.
That's a good one.
So yeah, I like the edit because that's a nice outfit. Did your husband make it for you? 20 years later. Worship homosexuality. Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, for some reason, I thought it would be years before there would be a verdict reached in the Lake and Riley killing case. But it actually wrapped up fairly quickly.
What really sucks is that the judge herself is Hispanic,
Oh, it's
Hmm.
you.
and she refused to give him the death penalty because she said that it would encourage violence
Thanks a bunch.
against Hispanics throughout the country because what she's implicitly implying there is that you know Hispanics come into the country and commit heinous crimes and they should be fucking killed for that, and she doesn't want mass waves of revenge from angry whites who are protecting their daughters. It's like, lady, please fuck off. I don't know if it's possible, but man, I hope it is. Um,
You know,
because I
I
know that
truly
the
believe
president has the ability
unfortunately.
to
I
lower
was
a
born into
sentence.
nobility, lived a carefree childhood.
He has the ability to pardon
I
people.
even
He has the ability to
survived
commute a
every heart
sentence
attack.
to,
But more than all that,
bring the
Hmm.
I've met people
bring
I
the
can
sentence
trust.
down. Does the
I
president
feel
have the
a
ability
sense of
to
friendship.
increase a sentence? Because if Trump takes office and he's like, as my first official act of president of the United States, that one that one piece of shit who killed Lacan Riley, yeah, we're just gonna kill him.
Well, how long does he make it in prison? I know he's not a
Um,
pedophile, but he's got to be near the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, he's not going to get a ton of respect from like the general population, but depending on the prison, he might be able to live out like,
Of course you do.
a very long life.
Hearing you say it helps me believe it. After all, I was only able to help the people here because of my parents' wealth. The inheritance just happened to be in the royal capital, and
Hmm. So I was listening to Real American stream earlier today, and they were talking about this. So, as you know, I'm sure, the Teamsters didn't endorse Kamala Harris this time,
That's right.
but they did not endorse Trump either. They sat it out, right?
Yes. However, not endorsing is something that they extremely rarely do.
Mm-hmm.
So it is essentially as powerful as if they had just outright endorsed Trump. And they essentially all but did.
Right. So, next time with JD Vance at the top of the ticket, presumably, does the Teamsters straight up just endorse him? Because he's probably even a bigger pull for the Teamsters than Trump is.
It depends on a lot of different things, of course. But I would say that if 2028 continues along the lines that 2024 has just given us, then the answer is emphatically yes.
coincidentally in the same
Because it's sort of like the pendulum is in the middle of, because it had swung left, which gave us Obama, but people rejected that so much that it started swinging back right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we got Trump initially, because the left had lost their minds and abandoned their actual base. And of course 2020 was rigged, but even then you could sit there and say that people were hesitant because they were inspired by their own audacity of electing Trump, that they were like, oh my God. But then they saw exactly how bad things really still are over there. So now it swings back to the right even harder. It would have to be essentially the biggest clusterfuck of all time. Just swing it back left, especially if the Democrats don't learn their lessons. But that seems fundamentally impossible, just based off of what Trump's last time in office was.
Mm-hmm. But anything is possible.
Right. So, on the whole, I figure, as like had been brought up, the idea that there's a party switch going on is retarded cope. There is no switch going on. What's happening is a restructuring of who makes up what party, because the Democrats have abandoned the working class and the middle class. They abandoned the middle class decades ago, but they're completely ditching anybody who has a job at all now. So anybody who is an actual real American who doesn't get paid by the government is not a fan. So that if it holds steady like that, and JD Vance does a great job of building up his resume, yeah, I don't see any reasons why the Teamsters wouldn't endorse him. Because, like, if RFK does a great job and then he, crosses the aisle, becomes the first candidate to become a Republican,
mm-hmm. Right.
And, that kind of thing might just do it.
What
What would be really crazy is if the Teamsters sat there and said, we didn't endorse Trump in the 2024 election, but we regret that. We wish we did. We love him. We think he did a great job. If they said that shit, that'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I continue to find ways I never
Man.
understood my parents.
What I'm impressed by is just how badly Ukraine is fucking up. Now that they've been given authorization to use these long-range missiles that they already had stockpiles of inside Ukraine, which just shows you that so many things for so long have just been total bullshit in terms of what Western governments have been telling the world. So Russia was right the whole time. But Ukraine, they started firing off these missiles that they got from the United Kingdom. And they are special, like they're essentially cruise missiles, but they're stealth cruise missiles.
Right.
They got the opportunity to carry very powerful warhead, and radar has a very difficult time of picking them up. So like how Russia shot down the American-made missiles that had been fired the other day, they weren't able to shoot down these new British missiles. But the thing is that the Ukrainians fired off like 20 of them. Only 2 of them actually hit the target that they were aiming at.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that this isn't some, like these aren't artillery shells that they're, just there's thousands more where that came from. These weapons cost hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to manufacture. There's a very limited stockpile of them in the world. And they just wasted almost 20 of them to hit one building, and it took them so long to actually hit that building that by the time they did destroy that building, no one was even inside it. Millions of dollars pissed away on nothing.
So it's like the guy who celebrates after he gets the bronze medal and he's on the podium with the other 2 people who aren't celebrating meme.
Except he didn't even win the bronze medal. He came in dead last.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my God.
Someday,
Man.
I will restore.
It's incredible because it's like they've only got 2 months before Trump comes in and then puts a stop to all of this stuff. Anybody who's worried about World War III, the last 2 days should completely alleviate any concerns that you had. Because if they use the American-made secret weapons that Biden authorized them to use, Russia can just shoot them all down before they hit the target. And if they use the British weapons that they can't shoot down because they can't detect them, it doesn't matter. They can't aim for shit. And Ukraine's blowing the whole fucking stockpile. There's nothing left. Oh my God. Not only that, but this is the big one. I don't know if you've heard about this in the news, but check this out. The United States, which is of course the big one, the United States, Spain, Italy, Greece, and Germany have all evacuated and completely abandoned the embassies that they had in Kiev. Because they are expecting Russia to essentially level the city before Trump takes office. The only major NATO country who didn't evacuate their embassy was the United Kingdom. But that was before it turned out that the United Kingdom had given the Ukrainians their special weapons also. So they kind of just turned their embassy into a huge target. And it's highly expected that within the next 48 hours they will also evacuate their embassy. Ukraine is literally being abandoned. But
are they going to have anything
right
left
now,
when they settle this in a couple months?
No. Because from day one, before the war even started, there was a deal on the table, which is essentially exactly what the front lines look like right now. And many times throughout the years since the war started, Putin has been willing to come to the negotiating table, which is essentially
You keep moving
accept
forward.
the front lines where they're at.
Do what you know
And what
is
Trump
right.
said is he wants a ceasefire.
And I
But when he
will take
takes
this
office,
behind
he will ask for a ceasefire for, where the front lines are. So that's why Russia's making a mad dash to grab as much territory as possible, because if that's the case, they're like, well, then we just get a bunch of land for free.
Mhm.
But Zelensky actually said today, which was huge, because he's been denying this since the outbreak of war. One of the major things they've been talking about is coping that they were going to take Crimea back, but they lost Crimea in 2014.
Mhm.
There hasn't even been any combat near Crimea since the war started, so it's just a colossal cope. But he finally said, after all these months, he said that Ukraine does not have the capability to win militarily through strength of arms, to be able to return the borders to what they looked like before the war started, let alone to actually achieve their aims and return the borders to the way that they were when the Berlin Wall fell.
Right? Really?
Like he literally comes out and says today, Ukraine alone cannot actually defeat Russia and take any of our land back. So it's like, so why the fuck are you still fighting? Because you are literally being abandoned right now. It is time for an unconditional surrender, or you're one of history's greatest monsters. There's no other option here.
Mhm. It's like that line from Gladiator: people should know when they're conquered. Check out the map I just sent you. Like, I don't see a single big blue arrow on the entire map. Like, every blue arrow is just, like, moderately sized at best. And a lot of them are tiny. Go exactly 2 months until Trump takes office again. Can he make it another 2 months without doing something that requires the 25th Amendment?
I personally think the answer is yes, he can, because he's not even doing anything right now. It's not him doing anything, it's the office that is doing things. But it's still in effect when he authorized his secretaries to do a bunch of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's still in effect. So, like, I highly doubt that Biden authorized anything. I think that the Secretary of Defense said, okay, let's go ahead and let Ukraine do the thing. I'm checking out the map you sent me right now. You know what's horrifying?
But
The only blue I see in that map is the path of the hurricane.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah,
the blue arrow is the Kamala's votes going up, right?
yeah. But man, there are some areas of California that do not give a fuck about her.
Wow. Yeah. Like Los Angeles. Wow. That's that massive fucking straight down arrow. That's. No, wait. I'm sorry. I want to say that that's LA, but it could be Bakersfield, slightly north of LA. But I don't know why it would look like that if it wasn't LA.
How many people does Bakersfield have? If it doesn't have enough people, there's no way it could produce an
Certainly
arrow.
not as many as LA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to look at the map. Maybe the map just kind of fucked things up.
Mm-hmm.
The population of Bakersfield is 413,000, and LA is one of the largest cities on the planet.
Right.
So population-wise, it's definitely not Bakersfield, but that's how it looks on the map. That's why I was confused. Because, it's the same with New York City. You can tell that massive arrow on the East Coast is New York City, but on the map, that's not New York City. That's actually across the river in New Jersey. I think it's just a failure of the map.
Mm-hmm.
But what's really confusing me here is when the blue arrows go up, is that Kamala getting more votes? Or is
Yeah.
that Trump getting more votes? And then when the orange arrow going down, is Trump getting less votes?
No, this is all just Harris.
This is all just Harris. Okay.
Compared to Biden in 2020.
Okay. So that makes sense in that context then, because he lost a lot of support in the major urban centers compared to Biden. Things were a lot closer than they were. LA has that massive arrow going down because Trump actually won Hispanic males.
Right. Like Chicago collapsed, Detroit. Is that down in Florida, those big arrows? Is that Tampa or is that Miami?
Tampa would be on the west side
Okay.
of those big arrows, and then the big one going down. And again, that's why I was confused, because that's originating in Broward,
Mm-hmm.
but if this is population wise, that's supposed to represent Miami.
Yeah. And then we know he collapsed in New York City. I think Dallas and Austin collapse.
Right. Yeah. So then, like I said, the only places where you see the arrows really going up is, it's the path of the hurricane. And then in the white parts of Michigan, which is embarrassing.
Right. I'm looking at some of the other stuff, like Denver. She didn't do very good in. That's another one. I think that might be Minneapolis, where she did significantly worse.
Let me see here. Yes, it is. I thought Minneapolis was closer to the Canada border. So yeah, just anytime you see a big arrow, then it would have to be an urban center. The big arrow in Arizona is Phoenix. The big arrow in New Mexico is Albuquerque. Big arrow in West Texas is El Paso. The one that's slightly south of Oklahoma would be Dallas. The one that's closer to the Gulf of Mexico is Houston. One of the two in the southern center tip of Texas would be San Antonio. I'm not sure what the other one would be. But yeah, that honestly is pretty funny, because you can see, based off of the large arrows, you can just see all the major cities in the United States.
Yeah. Hmm. You may have already seen this, but
I have not. This is the first time that I'm seeing it.
mhm.
Those people.
And yeah, I completely believe it. Because look at what's happening right now. Now again, I highly doubt that Biden personally is the one who authorized Ukraine to be using the things. I think it was his office, and they invoked his name, but it wasn't him. And what are you actually looking at here? You have the party who lost, who the clock is ticking. They have exactly 2 months until they are out of power and no longer have any ability to make any policy decisions at all. If the Republicans vote 100% in lockstep with Donald Trump, which to be fair, is probably not very likely. However, if in the hypothetical it did happen that they just did everything that Trump told them to, they literally do not need the Democrats at all. Because thanks to Harry Reid, 51 senators is all that you need to do literally anything. So we have the Supreme Court, we have the Senate, we have the House of Representatives, and we have the White House. If we actually have party unity, we do not need the Democrats at all. So the party who will have literally no power in 2 months is trying to now escalate the war. Not just Putin, but if I'm literally any world leader at all, I'm not going to negotiate anything with anybody other than Donald Trump. Why should I? It's not going to mean anything. I mean, remember when Trump was president the first time and John Kerry, as just a random citizen, was going around to other countries negotiating with foreign leaders? Now, we know that the reason for that was because they were going to rig the election in 2020, so they knew that they could promise people future favors because they said, we're just going to cheat. But Trump's coming back on the revenge tour, and priority at least number 2. Maybe it's even number 1, who knows? But at the absolute least, it's priority number 2. Is going to be fixing election integrity and going after the people who have fucked our country over so badly for so long. So it's like, okay, step number 1 is the sequel to Eisenhower's Great Operation, and priority number 2 is put election riggers in jail.
Hmm.
So, do you know who Ursula Haverbeck is? When I said rest in peace earlier.
No, I actually don't.
Well, she passed away today at 96 years old. She is a German woman who famously, for the last 20 years of her life, has been in prison because she denies the Holocaust. And she was alive during World War II and during the Holocaust and everything. And they kept telling her, we can release you from prison at any point. You just have to say that you were lying and the Holocaust is real. And she said, fuck you. I'm never going to do that. So she just spent the last 20 years in prison, and she died in prison today.
Hmm.
Rest in peace to a real one.
Why did you?
It's so weird to me that there are first world countries where something like that can happen.
Right.
All I ever think of is what Dave Chappelle said. Picture on the left is her wearing her German army uniform during World War II, and picture on the right is her last court appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it just makes me think of what Dave Chappelle said, where he was like, if there's one thing I've learned in Hollywood, it's this. If you see a bunch of black guys, it's a gang. If you see a bunch of Italian guys, it's a mob. If you see a bunch of Jewish guys, it's just a coincidence.
Oh, so get this. ESPN is canceling Around the Horn next year. That show's been on for like, fuck, man, that's at least 20 years old.
Yeah, things are really changing in the sports world in the next year. That's gone inside the NBA. Yeah, that is really crazy to think about. Plus, even though Skip Bayless has a very healthy lifestyle and he will probably live for a very long time, he is still in his 70s. So, at the absolute least, he should be looking at retiring soon.
He's got to have enough money, especially with if that's all he eats. Like that food he's eating ain't expensive.
Yeah. Chicken breast, broccoli, and rice. I can't believe eating that for every meal, every day, for your entire life.
Okay, so this is response bias, but it's still insane.
I'll check it out in a second. I am currently doing laundry.
Mhm.
Well then. What now?
Catch my ass, doo-doo.
Does right here, fractured ass.
Exactly.
All right then.
Diagnosis.
Let's go.
Hey Carson, what's up? Dude, I have a foot fetish, and even I want you to eat a bullet.
Whoa.
Shinji, I just can't get enough of your dick and cum aroma. I like how Grok just invented a cum metal band. He was like, okay, if cum metal's a genre, let me go. They should. The name of the band was Erection Erection. That was hysterical. Oh, man.
Do you need something?
What do you think?
What now?
Whoa.
What'll it be?
Let's give it a
Let's have a good, clean fight.
Let's give it our all. All right then.
Let's go.
We're gonna get the blacks back to work. Remember when they used to work? Oh, have you seen the Jaguar stuff today? On it's been all over the internet. You've probably seen at least a little bit of it. All right, he must be in a dead zone or something.
Okay, what's the plan?
Now then.
It's your call. Let's move.
All right then.
Hey, listen. Is Mr. Louis?
What races?
Closure.
So what's going on down between Ukraine and Russia? Basically, Russia's trying to make as big a land grab as they can before Trump gets into office. And it was all avoidable. Are you going to play Romance Saga 2 or Dragon Quest 3 2D HD? I might. Those it's such a time commitment though, man. You must be ahead of me by now, Dota.
All right then.
Let's go.
Oh, okay.
Looks like everyone's here.
Now then.
Hold on.
That's where you want to go. It's your call.
Yeah, sorry about that, doing laundry.
Not a problem. Have you seen the Jaguar stuff today?
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
It's the worst thing ever made by a human.
All right then.
Let's go.
Like, what's unbelievable to me, and I've seen a lot of people saying this, it's like, a lot of people are saying it's a win for Jaguar, because this is the most that people have talked about their brand in 50 years, and I'm all like, you know what?
We've a sale going on.
For some people, the saying there's no such thing as bad press is true. But you are advertising to the United States of America when they just soundly rejected this retarded bullshit nonsense in a very publicized election. They probably already spent the money on this flop, so they didn't want to just cancel it outright, but like, you are actively hurting your brand now. I fully expect Jaguar stock to go down tomorrow.
Dota, they released a commercial that like doesn't have any cars in it. It has a bunch of transgender people in it, I think. As near as I can tell anyway. And it's like literally is, the how is this going to help us sell more burgers shit. Like literally
We've a sale.
it's how is this really supposed to help us sell burgers?
Young man. This is
Yeah, Elon Musk said it, and oh my God, the hits just keep on coming. You know who owns Jaguar? It's owned by an Indian company.
Oh, Dota, this is the link. This is the burger thing. That is probably the most well-known Stone Toss comic ever.
Yes. Without a doubt. I love that the name is Burger King. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Burgers. But yeah, like Jaguars, it turns out, is owned by an Indian company. Tata Motors Ltd.
Mm-hmm.
is an Indian multinational automotive company headquartered in Mumbai and part of the Tata Group. The company produces cars, blah, blah, blah. Subsidiaries include British Jaguar and also Land Rover, so please don't ever consider buying a Land Rover because if you do, you're giving Indians money and that's not good. But yeah. That's why when I Google Jaguar Car Company stock price, the articles that are talking about it are from the Times of India trying really hard to shit on Elon Musk for shitting on Jaguar. And then I see one that says Jaguar's rebrand has backfired horrifically and is being widely mocked, even Elon Musk piling on. Bro, the futures are really bad right now. Futures have them down 9.4 points. And let me see their total, because their total is not very high. Okay, first of all, that's the largest single-day loss they've had in the history of their company. If the futures, if that singular thing held true to the end of trade.
Remember 4 years ago when Biden said the thing about interracial couples in like soap commercials?
Yeah.
It was like, you're selling soap, man.
All right then.
Right.
Go.
Right. Hmm?
Oh my God. Their stock's even falling in India, where on the Indian stock market, which is open right now, where the company's based out of, they're even tanking. When they opened, holy shit! When they opened, they saw a 20-point drop immediately, and that's substantial because this is in Indian rupees. One share is worth at open 785 rupees, and then it just immediately dropped to 760.
1 second,
Let me
guys.
do
All right. We are back. I mean, it's actually, I think it's true, Carson, that Jaguar has been on a decline for years now. So this is probably like their last-ditch effort to be relevant again.
It's really bad. I'm looking at financial news. A lot of people in India, because again, it's an Indian company,
Mm-hmm.
are very confused and do not understand why the stock price is tanking, because they don't know about the commercial.
SAR, please do not redeem. SAR.
Literally, it's SAR, please do not redeem commercial. Please do not redeem advertisement. SAR, please no. They had no idea that this thing was going to go through. They had no idea that this was coming. They're completely blindsided, but they're losing money really badly right now.
You'll be dust!
You hit their weak point.
Is everyone
Keep it
all
up,
right?
Stroll.
Let justice prevail. I will protect you.
Quite a boon. Face me. Rancor.
But looking this up and finding out that they're an Indian company now, because obviously they weren't always. The whole reason they became famous is because they were a British company, and the British really do know how to make luxury cars.
Hulkenberg's guard is down.
It's
By this power.
people are saying exactly like Carson did. You know,
Full as ever.
Jaguar is not relevant. When's the last time you've even thought of them?
I call upon
The last time that people were aware of the brand and paid attention to them,
Not now.
yeah, it happens to be before they were purchased by the Indian company, so doesn't look like that's a good thing.
Right.
Also, yeah, Russia's currently bombing the shit out of Ukraine, really badly.
Good. Tis done.
So
Bravo!
I'm going to show you a map of Ukraine, split up into, they call them oblasts. That's provinces. It's like states here.
Mm-hmm.
So if a state is in red, that means it's under threat of an air raid. If it's dark red, it's under potential threat of a nuclear missile strike. That's not like projected, but that's just like the alert that they have that's going on right now. Yeah, keep in mind. If it's red, it's being bombed. If it's dark red, they're worried about potentially being nuked.
Hmm. Uh-huh. Well.
Yeah, so they're kind of getting their asses kicked really badly right now.
Which has been the case for a while.
Mhm.
Well,
Man.
Remember the story where Shinji said, "Your body, my choice," and everyone started throwing bread at him, and
Yes.
his wiener started like batting it away like a lightsaber?
His groin was possessed by the spirit of Lou Gehrig.
I'm just
hey, listen.
incredulous. I love
Speaking
it.
of,
Rumor that North Korea might send 100,000 troops to Ukraine. Why would they do that? I did hear about the North Koreans discovering porn while in Russia. That was fucking great. They turned into a bunch of gooners.
Thanks.
I love it.
Hey, listen.
Remember the story that you wrote where Misato was trying to inspire the team by having them think about the 9/11 terrorists?
Yes.
Say that. Say that.
Greetings.
Trying to find the story you did where where I think it was Ritsuko, but she was like, "Why don't you guys run a train on me again?"
Oh. Oh, good lord. You're going to love this. You are going to love this. Hold on.
That's a little me, Al. I don't want this. Oh my god. He just turns to the Jewish lady president of Mexico. Do you want this? Oh my god. I gotta read the comments and see. Yes! Someone made the reference. They did the meme.
I mean, I don't really want
Fuck, I gotta
this.
find Zach.
Okay, here we go. I found it.
I gotta find Zach's Twitter and see if people have fucking.
I mean, look, man.
Understand? Apparently,
What?
well, and then
Yeah.
thank you. I'm
Seriously?
Shizzy, we need your help. The train plan isn't working. Ritsuko said it would work. We need to come up with a new plan fast. What if he ran a train on me again?
And I remember Grok came up with that on its own. I did not tell it to do that part.
That's the best part. Oh my Ritsuko Weekly. I have another idea. Everyone turns to Ritsuko, who is barely able to speak. What if you all ran a train on me again?
It's fine.
Oh my
Leave
god.
it to me.
I implore you. You're all I have left in this world. Understand?
It's a little version of me.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Oh, oh man. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh yeah,
Well then.
here's a great one too. Shinji's at a karate tournament and Asuka's his coach.
Mhm.
And she's like, oh, Shinji's gonna win his next match easily. His opponent self-identifies as a boy. Masato's like, are you sure he's gonna win? Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Tournament begins and Shinji's up against his opponent, a fully grown male who is much larger and more muscular than him.
Yeah, that was from the Foxford comic, remember?
Yes, that was great.
Oi there.
Trump has been president-elect for 2 weeks, and McDonald's is bringing back the McRib.
Hell yeah.
I think the McRib's disgusting, but,
Oi there.
you know, if you like it, you like it.
Well met, eh?
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
Right?
okay.
Not my thing.
Wonderful.
All right then.
Let's go.
If it's alright with you, Mr. Boss.
Aha! Fight on!
I mean,
Isn't that?
you already did it.
What'll it be?
Incredible.
Alright, Tyrell, you can do this. Just like they showed you in the simulator. He reaches down and grabs a lever that looks like a piece of fried chicken. My favorite. No, Tyrell! That's the self-destruct!
Right?
Come on, come on.
All right. Let's
I
show
use
it.
what I must.
Oh my god.
Some darker arts.
I will fight with pride. I won't hold back. Flare.
Are you prepared? Take that!
Come! As the point of a sword!
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Is that all?
He's hurt bad. Let's get him some healing.
Alright, you don't want to have a healer in this fight.
Someone get him healed up.
I'll face me! No!
Oh man, I'm reading this story. This one's great. Let me ask you if you remember it. The story was that Shinji found a magical remote control with a button that when he pushes it, every woman on Earth has a bowel movement at the same time.
I think I remember
So,
that.
so he keeps pushing the button over and over because he thought it was hilarious
Mhm.
until he pushed it so many times that it starts the third impact. So once all of humanity's consciousness is merged together, every woman on Earth is Shinji. How could you do this, you stupid idiot? It's so immature and embarrassing. Every man on the planet. Ha! That was great, Shinji. You're a legend. Oh man, that's awesome.
Anta baka. Yes, right guy.
Power of kings. Rancor.
We can do this.
I owe you.
Thank you.
My thanks. Ruler. You'll be dust. Not done
I
yet.
step. Let justice prevail. Magic knight, pierce through them. They yet cling to life.
Everyone okay? We gotta
Oh
get
yeah,
out.
this ain't working. So I'm gonna Alt F4 out and go back in, and apparently these guys don't have like weaknesses or nothing. So I think I just need to go in with no healer.
I trust this will suffice.
A little picture of me.
Right?
What now?
I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, you know, I gave it to you. Do whatever you want with
Do
it.
what you want. Yeah. Oh man.
I see. Fascinating. This right here. All right?
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
The story where Shinji puts Asuka's panties on his head and pretends that he's Bane.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
Everybody thinks he's back to normal, but he's in class and he raises his hand and he says, I think I have a unique perspective on the topic, and then he puts the panties back on. Shinji, no!
So there's a rumor that Quaker is going to bring back Aunt Jemima syrup bottles.
We can't stop winning. I'm getting tired of winning. Mr. Trump, it's too much.
New skills, new possibilities.
No
Oh,
idea if it's
man.
true or not. But it would be nice.
And ironically, their sales will go up.
All right. All right.
All right then.
Let's go. Young man.
Welcome.
Young man. What are you pining for?
All right then. Go.
Alright, let's try it now.
Oh.
Isn't that
What'll it be?
incredible?
Masato to the penguins. Come on in, boys. Let's have some fun. The penguins start to climb into the penguin costume with Masato, forming a penguin train.
All right. Let's show
I
them.
use what I must.
Jesus Christ.
Some darker arts. Take that!
Right on target. Nice one, Skull.
Fire! Stay focused.
She is truly penguin build.
Justice prevail.
Exactly.
Not let us fight as one.
Let me help!
Oh yeah, the Cavaliers lost yesterday. I forgot to say anything about it when it happened, but the dream is
I saw
all
that.
ogre.
I saw that, and I saw that it was close, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely crazy. But I think the fact that it was close really shows that Cleveland might really be for real this year.
Yeah.
I see your game.
Finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Assassin. Rancor. Are you prepared? I'll crush you. Right, let's keep this up.
Let come forth, royal soul.
My thanks.
I'm obliged
Quite a boon.
by the sworn oath of knighthood. Magic Knight! Pierce through them!
Now that's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Is that all?
Is everyone okay? Try to heal up. Captain's on his last
Assassin.
leg. Someone
Some
get him
darker
healed up.
arts.
So apparently, after announcing that they spent the weekend at Mar-a-Lago with Trump, Morning Joe lost immediately, like within a half an hour of him saying that on his show. They lost like 27% of their audience.
Wow. That is truly astonishing. And goes to show that because of the entirely deranged actions that they've committed over the last 9 years, they truly have cultivated a situation where their audience is only people who have Trump derangement syndrome. Wow. Anyway, speaking of Trump, check this out. That is from his Truth Social back in April.
Mm-hmm.
He was talking about this. Man, he really knew exactly what the fuck he was talking about here.
Take that! They die hard!
He was completely correct, and it is what won him the election.
Helpful as ever.
Thank you.
Much thanks.
Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes! As the point of a sword, numbers dwindle.
We're all counting on
Perhaps
you!
this assassin.
Again, it gets even funnier when you realize that the company is Indian, and the guy who typed introducing you to the future probably also is Indian and lives in Mumbai.
Right.
Brawler! I'll crush you!
Come forth, royal soul. Burn! Stay sharp. It's not over yet.
Justice prevail!
Assassin.
Is that all?
I shall vanquish evil! Take that!
Let's go. We're not out of this yet.
I owe you.
I'm obliged.
Quite a boon.
I stand ready. Oh, power of heroes!
All right, let's go!
Behold my power!
What a great fucking community nut.
Yeah, I was amused by that one.
Some darker arts.
Brawler! I'll cut you down! Not done yet.
By this power. Fire! You're here?
Magic Knight! I'll run you through!
A halfway decent result. I have retained my edge.
Bravo!
Look
All right.
at you!
All right.
Fight another day.
Remember the story I wrote where Asuka was working as the bartender and the guy went in to try to order a drink?
Oh, right, and she did the Foxford.
Yeah.
That was
Hey,
great.
Red, give me a drink. Red? Please be respectful when ordering drinks.
Oh man, that was a great Easter tweet from Lord Miles. To all the Christians out there, Happy Easter. To all the Jews, nice try.
I feel like I've seen that one before.
Yeah, I showed you on Easter this year.
Hmm.
I'm just incredulous.
It really is insane that the left willingly ceded freedom of speech to the right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Like, I am confident that if not for the freedom of speech issue,
Hey,
Joe Rogan would probably be stumping for Democrat candidates every single election. I think the
More
freedom
than
of
likely.
speech thing is probably the one thing that makes him politically homeless.
Yeah. They really keep managing to find ways to get the entire planet to hate them. It's incredible.
Mhm.
Mm.
Ah, it's you. That's why.
All right then.
let's go.
Yeah, right, guy, but that's only because everybody knows who she is right now. Most people don't know who Josh Shapiro even is. Most people don't know who fucking Pete Buttigieg is, honestly. So give it time, and eventually that will not be the case. I guarantee you, if they did a poll of who should be the 2016 Republican nominee right after the 2012 election, Romney would have won easily because everybody knew who he was at that point in time.
Wonderful.
This. Got it.
Wonderful.
Right.
I really truly do not understand at all
Right.
where these retarded apes are coming from with this, blah, blah, blah. It's just Twitter. They control everything else.
Right.
It's just Twitter.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, here's the question, right, guy? A lot of people say that Kamala did amazing given that she got into the race so late and only had 3.5 months to put together her campaign. Question is, if she had had longer, would she have gotten less popular? Like, was her relative strength only there because she didn't have as many opportunities to fuck up? Because if that's the case, then a primary is going to destroy her.
Yes. And a primary did destroy her the last time she participated in it. The most popular that she was right when she replaced Biden, and nobody had listened to her talk yet. It's a lot like what you were saying, where after the debate, where Biden had what is unquestionably the worst televised debate performance of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Right.
A lot of people were seeing Biden for the first time since 2020. So a lot of people had never even heard Kamala talk before, and then finally they do, and they're like, "What the fuck?" So yeah, the more she campaigns, the less well she's going to do. I remember when everybody was panicking, "Oh my God, Kamala is Brad is going to defeat us."
Mm-hmm.
Then
I'm sorry. What?
two.
I am going to raise fucking hell if that's the case. I just got a notification in my app. Keep in mind, I have been talking to HR quite frequently. Quite frequently. And I just get a notification in my app that says that my transfer request cannot be accommodated. I don't know what the fuck that is. This has to be some kind of mistake because it's just the app.
Yeah. Well, you'll figure it out
Because I'm
tomorrow.
like, there's no way that would be. Oh no, I understand. Okay, I see what happened. It's because it's officially the 21st now, and the application expires on the 21st. So the only thing is that it expires if they hadn't accepted. Okay, everything's fine. I was about to shit my fucking pants, bro.
Okay.
I was gonna go nuts. So yeah, the application just expires on the 21st. So that's what that was. Okay, I was gonna be mad.
Oh, Hillary Clinton is tweeting again. Democracy
Nice.
is in serious trouble, but it's not dead. Man, what the fuck is this? You may have already seen this because it's pretty popular, but
Actually, no, I have not. But I have seen a lot of people absolutely cooking Embiid on Twitter. However, I didn't know that it was over this. I thought that it was just in general because he's garbage.
All good.
All right. Well then.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king.
like
That
what the
flopping is fully engraved into his system now, like Tourette's. That's really funny. Oh man. Yeah, he's a catastrophe.
Okay. Hypothetically, let's say he retires tomorrow. Is he a Hall of Famer?
Embiid?
Yeah.
Oh hell no.
Like he won an
Close.
MVP. Would he join Derrick Rose as a HOFless
Unquestionably.
MVP?
Unquestionably.
Wild.
Oh well.
And it's only going to get worse as time goes on because of Silver's new policy, where if you don't play at least 65 games, you don't
Yeah.
get anything.
So,
Boy, that.
Right.
Let me see
Well
here.
met, eh?
So he has an MVP. He's a 7-time All-Star. 1 All-NBA first team selection, 4 All-NBA second team selections. I don't agree with these, but a 3-time All-Defensive selection. Plus a fraudulent gold medal because he was legit the worst player on Team USA this year. I don't think that's enough. I think if he retired right now, that wouldn't be enough. Let me check
he'll
his
probably get there, but yeah.
career totals. They're not looking good either. Because see, here's the thing: is that his career totals are going to go up, but because of Silver's new rule, he's probably
All right.
done collecting accolades. Like it doesn't stop you from being an all-star, so he could still get all-star selections, but those are increasingly not important at all because they let the fans vote. So Like, if you look at his entire career, he only has played over 65 games twice in his entire career. 2022 and 2023.
All right then.
And it was close. In 2022, he played 68 games, and in 2023, he played 66.
Mhm.
Genuinely, outside, if that policy that Silver added was in effect in Embiid's entire career, he would only be eligible to have end of season awards like that twice.
Right.
He's already missed a shitload of games this season. This season, he's only got 3 fucking games.
Wonderful.
He's only played in 3 games this year.
All right then.
Yeah, there's no way he does it this year.
Right. And he's 30. So it's only going to get worse. Genuinely, he's probably done getting any of these team selections. He may just continue getting all-star appearances, but that's not going to matter. You know, his career totals are going to go up, but
They're not going to be that good by the time he retires.
exactly.
You need something?
Especially if he's been injury-prone his entire career. He genuinely might retire sometime within the next 5 years.
What'll it be?
Got it.
I hope you're prepared.
This is his 9th season in the league. It should be his 11th because he didn't play his first 2 years. And 9 seasons in,
Hit their weakness.
he's played 436 games.
I'll crush you.
Hit their weakness.
I've
Keep it
sworn
up
oath
strong.
of knighthood.
So he
Out of
may,
a potential 738.
there's a realistic scenario where he ends up becoming the second league MVP to not make the Hall of Fame.
Yes. Wow. He's terrible.
Ready.
And
Oh my
didn't
God,
Paul
he's
George
so
get
cooked.
hurt today?
Yes.
Oh boy. Man, you know, it just occurred to me how if this picture happened today, everyone would think it was AI generated. And when you really look at it, it really does look like a AI generated type photo.
Not only that, but like it's kind of crazy how they ended up taking this photo in the moment because it genuinely looks like it was staged.
Yeah.
You think face me?
And
Some darker arts.
I tell you what, the most out of place thing in this picture is genuinely though is John Bolton.
Yeah.
I can't afford to hold back. Brawler!
Rest in peace, Shinja.
Take that!
How long was he the leader of Japan?
Let's see here. He was the prime minister because I guess they have a parliamentary system. So he was the prime minister twice. For a short time in 2006 to 2007, and again a very long time from 2012 to 2020.
Brawler! I'll crush you!
Okay, so he was in power for quite some time.
Yes, he was also the youngest prime minister since World War II.
Huh.
The second youngest of all time, because the actual youngest was prime minister from 1937 to 1941, Prince Fumimaro Konoe.
Rancor. Formidable indeed.
Flare! Two remaining.
The
Keep it up.
captain took one down.
No holding back!
And he stopped
Good!
being the prime minister, this guy, Fumimaro Konoe, because in November of 1941, at a luncheon with the emperor and all living former prime ministers in attendance, Konoe voiced his objection to war. Upon hearing of the attack on Pearl Harbor, Konoe said regarding Japan's military success, "What on earth? I really feel a miserable defeat coming. This will only last 2 or 3 months."
Now accept your fate.
And everyone was so mad at him that he was forced to resign in disgrace, and he was completely correct.
The healing magic can't help him.
Oh man.
With healing power.
That's neat.
Quite a boon.
Only more
I'm worn
ones.
out.
Finish them off. We're clear.
Impossible.
Member of the government. Why? Oh man, that sucks. After the war, he was attempting to cooperate with the new post-war government and help to provide a sense of continuity to the Japanese people after the war. But he came under suspicion of a war crimes trial. And he preferred death to the humiliation of the trial, so decided to commit suicide. But the thing is, he literally stopped being a member of the Japanese government before even the attack on Pearl Harbor. How the fuck could you charge him for war crimes against the United States? That is so fucked up.
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
You just gotta feel bad for that guy.
Right.
All clear. We press on.
I like how John Bolton came out right after the election and admitted that the suckers and losers thing didn't actually happen. But he waited until like the day after the election.
Yeah.
Face me. Rancor.
Vitus power. Flare. Stay sharp. It's not over yet.
No less.
Ruler! I'll cut you down.
Right on target.
Magic
Nice
knife
roll.
as the point of a sword.
I think I'm getting.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I saw a tweet that was talking about South Africa and how its military is a complete joke, so if anyone wanted to invade them, this would be like the best possible time. So, you know, the whole thread's a meme just making fun of South Africa, but a guy comes in, he says, "I heard a Boer." Now, you know who those are, right?
A boar? Yeah.
B-O-E-R.
Yes. Yes.
Now accept.
So he said, "I heard a Boer respond, when asked why whites weren't fleeing the country in droves, he said that while it's getting worse and the crime is very bad, they have more actual freedom in their daily lives than Westerners do. There's no deep state in South Africa. That they're not competent enough to actually have one."
Hack and slash.
And that's an extraordinary perspective when you think about it. Like, yeah, things are bad, and if I leave, you know, my enclave, you know, I'll probably die. But they actually leave me alone here. There's no such thing as a Ruby Ridge happening in South Africa.
I could see that.
Wow, wow, how about that?
Now accept your fate. Some darker arts. Apologies. Would you finish it?
Light. Let's finish
One
this.
for the captain.
That's the spirit.
Let's keep it going.
What getting no pussy does to an MFer.
Hack and slash. Last one.
Tip one out.
Come.
Keep it up.
Oh, bolts of lightning.
Hulkenberg got them right at the
Face
weak
me.
spot.
Rancor.
Even easier than expected.
Some darker arts. Commendable bearing.
I won't hold back! Flare! Two remaining!
One for the captain! Let's keep
no
it
less.
going!
I call upon royal power within. Hack and slash.
Observe. Come! Oh, bolts of lightning! One remaining.
Work,
Let
Hulkenberg!
assassin. Rancor.
Next one will fall just as easy.
Mm.
You think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility?
Uh-uh.
Be neither timid nor arrogant. Let us clean up this mess. You think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility?
Ranked choice voting won in Alaska by 200 fucking votes. Motherfucker.
Oh, power of
Good grief.
kings. Some dark
Lisa Murkowski's gonna stay in the Senate until she dies now.
Let's take home. Come
Probably.
forward, royal soul. Still up?
Only
I
one
can't
left.
afford to hold back. You
Finish
can't
them
run.
off. Clear.
I think I'm getting used to this.
Oh, power of kings. Rancor.
Flare! Still up?
With these, he thinks. Let's wrap this up. That'll do.
Always
With blade in hand, I'll run you through. Commendable technique.
I find this amusing. I find this tweet amusing because you can fill in your own R word if you want to.
Everyone.
1 second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Not going to go too much longer tonight. I know it's late. And this tweet is a great example of what a time to be alive.
Oh, he's running for governor? Bro, that's awesome.
No, he is governor. Or will be governor on January 20th.
Oh, I thought he was just the mayor of Knox County. I did not at all realize that he was running for governor and won.
I think he
That's
did. I
pretty
could be
great.
wrong.
Okay.
You're familiar with him, I assume, as a wrestler? Because
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yes. Kane was actually my favorite wrestler, yeah.
Let me rethink.
I don't know a ton about him.
No.
Fight for all that we strive for. Oh, bolts of lightning!
Being assassin. Mustn't settle for the easy way. Oh, power of kings.
I won't hold back.
Wow.
Fire.
When he won the primary in 2018 to become the Republican candidate for mayor of Knox County in Tennessee, bro, he won. Are you ready for this one? By 23 votes.
Wow.
What a mess. You first.
23 fucking votes. And then, when it came time for the actual election, he kicked the absolute shit out of the Democrat. It was a landslide.
Mm-hmm.
Then, in his most recent... What?
I strike for justice.
Oh, that's hilarious. In his most recent election was in 2022, his re-election. He won again. It was much closer this time, but it was still, you know, pretty landslide, 55 to 44. But the thing is, I'm looking at it, and the results, one person wrote in the name Tracy Claw, and I have no idea who the hell it is. Okay, so I see it now. That is the Reverend Tracy Claw, who is a firebrand reverend of some kind of weird denomination of Protestantism. I can't follow that crap. So I think somebody wrote in their pastor. Because the guy certainly was not running. And in fact, he hasn't tweeted since a month before that election. Very interesting. But, yeah, just a vote for that guy, which is impressive. Anyway, so yeah, Glenn Jacobs has been asked a lot about running for governor of Tennessee, and he said support from the state's party to have him do that, then he'll give it a shot, because I guess Knox County has term limits for mayor.
Yeah. Makes sense. I dig it.
Fire. Now, what's the play? calls for one of these.
Is everyone all right? With blade in hand. No. From our provisions.
Rosenberg got them right.
I'll
in the
use what I must.
I flare it! Burn!
Ah! No, not this. Let's do this!
It's up to you now.
This is it!
I'm sighted.
Heavy.
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll. Stroll's forgotten everything.
all the three
He can't
strive
use his
for.
skills.
Not now. Here.
Helpful as ever.
Be not all power of
You
kings.
down?
Some darker arts.
This is their weakness. Nice moves, Heisney.
With healing power.
My thanks.
Thank you.
My thanks.
You've got a
I shall
bunch of
fight
elements
as the
slowing you
noble
down,
I am.
Captain.
Brawler! Let's try this.
Here's your weak point.
Observe.
Keep it
Let
up.
justice prevail. Burst forth. Still standing. I
Heisman,
Face
that's
me.
a lot of ailments.
Rancor.
Be careful out there, okay?
The power, come forth, royal soul. Light!
That settles that.
All power of kings. I'll use this.
The Vitus power. Light! Two remaining.
The
That's the
captain
spirit.
took one down.
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you down. One left.
Took one out.
Let justice prevail.
Hulkenberg got them right
Let
in
us
their
clean
weak
up
spot.
this mess. I got commendable bearing.
Nice dodge. You've got some fancy footwork, Stroll.
Come forth, royal soul.
I owe you.
Press me.
Much thanks.
With thee, you can't run. Impossible.
Kidding me? That's a
Is
good
that with
thing.
blade in hand?
All right. Victory is ours.
The Fauci has not been seen in public since the election. Fascinating.
What if he's dead? What if this is like at the end of The Godfather Part 2? When what's-his-face commits suicide in the bathtub?
Oh, man. It'd be so funny.
Hmm.
Yeah, I love what the Young Turks have been going through. Where Thank, after seeing all this, is like damn near becoming red-pilled. Anna's already there, loving the attention.
Yeah. Apparently, their
Uh,
election night stream, most of their super chats were from right-wingers talking about how much hotter Anna is now that she's right-wing.
Yes, yeah, because I watched that video where they were getting the super chat, and people were like, "Hey, I came here for the meltdown, but I gotta say, Anna's looking better every second." And she was just glowing in all that praise. But she kept saying, "I'm not conservative, guys," but it was like the way that women are when they're like, "Oh, stop." That's like you could fucking tell.
Yeah.
It was really going to her head. She got a huge head now, very inflated ego.
Right on target.
Observe the enemy.
She even admitted a while ago on X that was like, do you know how disingenuous it is when people act like Donald Trump was the reason why America lost so many jobs when all those jobs were lost during COVID? Like, very few people are willing to point that out,
Blade in hand.
even though it's a very obvious thing,
Point of a sword.
Hulkenberg got them right
Let
at the
assassin.
right?
Right.
I show no mercy. Two left.
Burn! Last one.
Fine work, Captain.
Only one left. Finish them off and we're clear.
I'll cut you down.
Do not strike if you're obviously outclassed. I'll use what I must. Some darker arts.
Where's their weakness?
I will fight with pride.
Move,
Let's
guys.
set it up. Maybe there's a better choice. This'll do.
My thanks.
I can't afford to hold back. Let's try this.
Where's their weak point? Keep
Oh,
it up.
power of heroes. Oh, bolts of lightning.
You Rancor!
Let's stay calm. I won't hold back. Flare!
I shall fight as the noble I am. Could do with this.
Much thanks.
That's not good.
Only a flesh wound.
The captain's dazed. He's gonna have a hard time landing hits.
Mm.
By the sworn oath of knighthood.
Man, check this out.
So that one.
First forth.
Because, like, the point of that election was not to elect Labor. The point of that election was to punish the Conservative Party for the immigrant situation.
Right.
And then armor was, like, so fucking bad that it just instantly reminded everybody in the country, they're like, you know what, the Conservative Party sucks ass because of what they've done. But even though they've been sucking ass for a long time, there's a reason that that Labor hasn't won in, like, 20 years. And they're realizing it again right now. That guy is fucked the minute there's another election.
That's finesse. Beautiful dodge, Heisman.
Politics are brutal.
Several ailments
And they go through prime ministers like toilet paper, man.
Who was the one who resigned after like 2 minutes?
We can do this, not now.
Oh yeah, I think that was Theresa May. But let me check.
No, it was fucking Liz Truss, I think.
There you go.
Is there another way?
Yes, you're right. I did the Liz Truss trombone and then immediately popped up, so that's correct.
Here.
Stroll.
Now,
They
what's the
got you with
play?
multiple ailments.
Let's try this.
Where's their weak point?
I
Keep it up,
magic
Stroll.
knight. First forth.
You've got a
You
bunch
think
of ailments
all
slowing you
power
down,
of
Captain.
kings. Then again, tis best used.
The Vitus power. With healing power.
My thanks.
I'm obliged.
My thanks.
Down. Get her back up. Hulkenberg's Someone help her get back in the fight!
Here!
My spirit is unbroken! No magic knight! Are you alright?
That helped.
Let us... Some darker arts.
You hit their weakness!
I will fight with
Nice
pride.
moves, Heisman!
Let's go. Flare!
Don't get sloppy, Captain! Heisman's knocked out? Someone help him get back in the fight!
Oh, this is bad. This is really bad.
What?
Something in the game.
Let's
Oh,
get
okay.
some healing!
Oh, please!
Oh god.
Heisman got knocked out! We gotta
This
revive
calls
him.
for one of these.
I shall repay this favor tenfold.
Someone get him healed up!
That's
Just the thing.
Heisenberg got them right in their weak
Oh,
spot!
power of kings. No. I'll use this.
You hit their weakness!
It won't hold back.
Moves, Heisman!
Hold on. Do I need to use it? Come forth, royal soul. I'm all prepared. Better conserve.
you.
This should work.
Helpful as ever.
Trust me.
Quite a boon.
Hulkenberg
I shall
lost her
fight. I
memory.
shall vanquish
She
evil.
can't use her skills like this.
This should work.
I knew you'd help.
Thank you.
Much thanks.
Captain's hurt bad!
Still fight.
Let's get him some healing!
Am I?
I refuse to die yet.
Someone heal him fast!
My path ends
Heisman's
here.
knocked out? Someone help him get back in the fight!
From our provisions.
I shall repay this. Now accept your fate.
Someone get him healed up!
I was saving this.
You hit their weakness! Nice moves, Heisman!
Let's try this.
You hit their weakness! That's your opening, Captain!
Hack and slash. Tougher than I thought.
Hulkenberg lost her memory.
Wasn't my
She
touch?
can't use her skills like this.
There!
That helped.
My thanks.
Quite a boon.
Oh, it didn't even kill her? Wild.
I'll use what I must.
He's
Too
good.
much, perhaps? I'll save this. Assassin! Gale! Commendable bearing.
The
Hulkenberg's in
power
bad
of
shape.
healing.
She needs help.
Let's work together. Freeze.
Alright, well that's definitely going to do it for tonight. I barely got through that.
Let's hurry up.
Yay.
Very nice.
All right.
Best. The best.
What now?
All right.